Hey everybody, welcome back. I've been meaning to do this video for a few months now, but we had a heck of a busy winter here, so I'm just now finally able to get out of here again. My previous PWS MK116 video, I have some discrepancies that I've discovered. Let's see, it was brought to my attention that I kept saying Bravo Company Machine, and I was wrong. It's actually Bravo Company Manufacturing. Bravo Company Manufacturing. Okay, so from now on, I'm just going to say BC in them. Still great product, still happy with it. Still been shooting it a lot. And there's another one here. We were all kids. We all got them birthday or Christmas presents, and we wanted to play with it so quickly that we just hurried up and ripped it out of the package and wanted to start playing with it. I kind of did that because I was rummaging through a lot of my stuff here, and I actually found the little instruction pamphlet that came with the rifle. This came with the upper. I'll get to this here in a second because I want to mention that I also bought the setup from FortressTactical.com. Their prices were pretty fair, and in order to make it more affordable, I had to buy the upper and lower separate. And it was a very fair price at the time I bought it. I should have paid attention to this actually, because it fell out of the box when I was rummaging through all this stuff. And hey, I noticed what I did wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the GoPro on my head here and then just start going through stuff that I need to bring up. The instruction manual here, what I got wrong. Okay, setting 1. If you're not using a suppressor, setting 1 is recommended with all types of ammunition and conditions for maximum reliability. Okay, setting 3. Now, in my previous video, I said that setting 3 would be the hot setting. The hot setting. I was wrong. Excuse me if I'm sounding really nasally. I got my box of tissue here. I think I'm getting a sinus infection. When using your rifle with a suppressor, insert the rifle service tool and rotate gas adjustment to setting 3. That, everybody, is what I got wrong. That's my discrepancy, and I really apologize. I feel like I misrepresented the rifle and the suppressor settings. Suppressing setting 2, if the rifle seems sluggish or stops functioning reliably, turn the gas adjustment knob to setting 2. Many modern suppressors have lower back pressure and may require this setting. Adjust the gas setting until the rifle cycles reliably with the addition of the suppressor. So that's what I got wrong, folks. Suppress setting 1, standard. Setting 3, suppressed. Setting 2, to send more gas to run more reliably with the addition of suppressor. So let's pull it out on the rifle, shall we? Like I said, I got my service tool that it come with in here. Now here we are. I hope you can see that okay. The lighting isn't so great today. So I got on my standard setting. I got the tool here. Okay, now we got setting 2 and setting 3. There we go. That is the standard suppressor setting, not the hot or the what I said previously. That's the standard setting, and I still stick to what I said in that previous video when shooting. Putting this with the suppressor on and running any kind of ammo, really soft and flat. I love shooting this rifle. So there's standard. There's setting 2. Sluggish or stops functioning reliably, turn the gas adjustment knob to setting 2. Okay, so I guess that means that with all of the gas blowback and all the stuff that happens firing for a while and all the carbon buildup, you'll need to change your suppressor setting to send more gas for more function. So there we go. I've been meaning to make a video to describe that. I said that wrong for a long time. On here, this adjustment tool, Okay, it's pretty solid. It's not, it doesn't feel like it's made out of any kind of pot metal or anything. It's a good solid steel piece. And it says Primary Weapon Systems on it. Hope you can see that okay. All right, so let's say, oh my God, I dropped the tool and I can't find it, or for some strange ungodly reason I lost it at home. In my previous video, I mentioned Walmart a lot. Why did I do that? Well, there's a couple other places in the town I live I can buy ammo, but when you want to buy affordable in bulk, Walmart's the place to go in my town. So I've got your standard 223 ammo, I've got your 5.56 55 grain and 62 grain American Eagle. One of these right here. So like I said before, I'm going to show this closer with the suppressor setting issue. So here's your 223, your 5.56. These are both 55 grain ball, and this is your 62 grain. Okay, got it in there. Now you're out in the field. The 223 55 grain will not cycle at all. It will not move. There's just not enough. I mean, look at this. I'm actually kind of rounding out. Can you see the ring I'm putting on there now? Yeah, does not work. Now I can understand they gave me a tool. It even says in the instructions to use the tool, but in a field environment that might not always be available. So there's the 223. We're gonna put that away. Now here we go, the 55 grain 5.56. Still can't get it to work. Will not work. Yep, put the ring on that one too. There we go. Now here we go, the 62 grain. This actually does work. I could actually make that work. Hope you can see that okay. There we go. And fortunately, I don't have any loaded magazines around me, but for a couple of go-to magazines I have loaded and ready, I have 62 grain 5.56. So if I'm out in the field and oh my God, I need to cycle my gas adjustment, I can do it with this ammo. I don't know, maybe I should keep a round in here too, just in case. I don't know. There you have it, folks. Something I've been trying to bring up a long time is how wrong I was about the gas settings on this rifle, and that I found the instruction booklet by it falling out of the box I bought the upper from. Something else I wanted to bring up. I want to put this away quicker. Don't want to forget it. So I removed some items off this rifle. That CAA. I removed the grip off of it. I took it off. With this gap here, I don't know if you can see this okay. With this gap here, whenever I wanted to insert a magazine, oh, by the way, if anybody's asking, safety check, chamber empty, okay. When I went to insert a magazine, we'll pretend that that's clipped on here, that when I put the magazine, I kept busting my knuckles on it. That was getting to be a pain. I kept having to put them in like this. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. So, plus, if I ever had any issues and I needed to break down the rifle, I couldn't do this. I couldn't open it up because that kept getting in the way. So I had to take it off. Now I can open it like this. You know, if I ever needed any issues with the, it hasn't happened, but the possibility of the hammer following the bolt, all I would need to do is just open it up, put the hammer back, close it up, and I'm ready to fire again. So there, I got all this room. I can move all this room where I could put my hand. It was just, I'm sorry, this is a really great piece. I love this. It did make for very comfortable holding in a short tight package when I wanted to get up there close, but it was in the way. I couldn't use it. Wasn't working for me. I also changed my flashlight mount. I took it off. It was this Magpul solid mount here. I took that off because when I'm out, and I'd not always, let me get the magazine out here. I took the flashlight off, or the mount off, and I put this one on because I'm not always going to need it. So when I'm not going to need it, I got a nice disconnect here and I can just take it off. There we go. And that's less weight in the front when I don't need it. So if I ever wanted to put it on, I could just put it right back on with that Picatinny rail I got there and lock it forward. There we go, I got my flashlight back. I added a Vortex Optics, the 3x optic that flips to the side. Boy, what happened was that I used it in a 3-gun match, and there were targets about 350 yards away. I could not see. It's just this lovable hollow sun wasn't working enough. I needed magnification. So I put this on here. I could flip it to the side. So whenever I'm doing targets that are close, I got this. When I'm doing targets that are far away, I can flip that up. Another thing I need to bring up is that I wasn't sure if the word counterintuitive was really the word to use. Because I can understand that they have special directions that came for this rifle to use with suppression. Now that doesn't mean that this is entirely made for suppression. I mentioned that that's why I bought it, and I mentioned that that was a major part of the design of the rifle. But that doesn't mean that this rifle is exclusively for suppression. It's just a really nice modern piston system. I already took that apart once, so I don't need to take it again right now. But counterintuitive, I'm not sure if that was the word to really use, because I also happened to find the muzzle brake that came with the rifle. This is a Primary Weapon Systems muzzle brake, and I apologize, I can't remember the name of the muzzle brake right off the top of my head. And when I first got the rifle, this worked really well. It really did. I got some footage of my son shooting this rifle when the day we got it. You know, I went and picked up the lower one day, and then the upper came the next day, and then we went to the range right away. And then when we were shooting with this brake on, it was really nice. This is a really nice brake. For the price point, for the value, coming with the nice muzzle brake, worth it. Worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it. I would rather this come with this muzzle brake than come with like a standard A2 or something to keep a price down or something like that. So by value, coming with the nice muzzle brake made it worth it. If I ever wanted to make some sort of like field rifle or some sort of carbine just for fun, just to plink with, I can tell you right now, I'm gonna put this brake on it. You know, it was a shame to take it off. It really was, to be honest with you. Because for the price I paid for the rifle, it was another thing that made it value buy for the price was with a nice muzzle brake to come with it. Let's get to something else. Primary Weapon Systems put a comment on my video. It seems deleted now, I can't find it, but they put a comment on my video and then about the biggest gripe I had about this rifle. Let's get to that now. Oh, here's another thing that I noticed. I didn't pay too much attention, I should have. The trigger guard does not open. There's no pushing on anything here to get this to open up. As nice and wide and open as this is, I may not need that to open. I got some nice gloves. I mean, look at all of that room that I could fit my finger in there with a nice glove on. And I don't exactly have mittens, so I don't necessarily need that to open. But the fact that that would be an option would have been nice, but it just seems not really necessary when you have all that space. All right, let's get to the big thing here. shall we? All right. Something else I mentioned too on my previous video. I said, oh, your basic piston setup. No. This is not your basic piston setup. I don't know what I was thinking saying that. This is a different kind of piston, and it's really nice. Excuse me a moment. So I mentioned my biggest gripe was the pin and the bolt carrier group. Okay, so let's get this apart here. And I talked about how I couldn't get it without using a little screwdriver. So here we go, the pin. Let's see if we can try this without. Now, they said in directions, I was doing it all wrong. When you pull it in, you gotta push, I think you gotta push down on it. Look at that, it slipped right in. I mean, I got it figured out. When they first sent me that comment with the directions and the push down on it, I couldn't believe it. I felt really dumb. I was like, wow, why didn't I get it that way or think of something like that? You have to excuse me, my rifle's dirty. I've been enjoying it. So watch this, let's do this again. So you just slid it in there. Okay, push down. I'm gonna do it with my thumb here. See if you can see this okay. Push down and then right in like that. Wow. I tell you what, I felt pretty small when I finally figured that out. So let's get this back together then. Okay, so the Marine Corps taught me, take your hand, wrap it around. You got your two open ports here, wrap it around, and then just drop your pin. That way your hand is blocking the openings here, because there's a distinct possibility that when you're, see, yeah, look at that, I just come out the side. If you're trying to drop it, what if it falls out? See? So the Marine Corps taught me to wrap a hand around the bolt carrier group, and then just drop right in. So the firing pin is in. So let's do this again, shall we? Okay, push down, right in. Man, I want to do that again. I know I'm probably boring you now, but to be honest with you, it's kind of exciting that silly guy like me figured out something as silly as this. Drop the pin in. Okay, here we go, one more time. There's actually, you can see this okay, there's actually a slight bit of play, and I don't know, I'm not going to say that's a good or a bad thing. Just noticeable that, you know, I'm pushing it in straight. Look at that, straight in, will not go straight in, just like before. Can you see that okay? Will not go. Now push down with that play, slip. Look at that. I don't know if I'm gonna leave my little screwdriver in my handle or not, but better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So there you have it, folks. I finally got to make a video of what I said wrong about my rifle and to show you the changes that I've made, and then I figured out that pin. The money you pay for the rifle, having a good muzzle brake is worth it. Keep doing that. Primary weapon system sends them with these good brakes. Otherwise, everything else I said on my previous video, different ammo, how it felt, how flat it shot, how good it shot, how quick it shot. I haven't had any trouble with this CMC trigger at all still. This Griffin Armament hammer comp still works great. I don't think I'm ever going to change that. But if there's anything I'm missing, please feel free to make a comment below. And I really hope that other people have just as much fun enjoying these. Keep buying these. I want primary weapon systems to stay in business. Even if you got to go to fortresstactical.com to do it. So thank you for watching.